I chose Paris Blues, the jazz and blues club that's in our community, that is founded by Samuel Hargress since 1969, November 1969. And I would often pass it like everyone else because it just looked like a shack and a bunch of elders just sitting all day having conversation. And when I was fundraising for my first film, he was one of the businesses that I stopped to help support my film, which he did. And I became intrigued by the story and how he acquired the space. And the more I learned about it and learned the rich history of Paris Blues, I said, you know what, I need to do a story because our elders are slowly ascending, leaving us on earth, and I think he's one of the last surviving people who have seen Harlem from 1969 till now. So he knows a lot and it's been through a lot, and I felt like I needed to capture that on film so that it can live forever than just us orally passing the story of what once used to exist. Nadhege Ptah. I am the writer, director, and actress of Paris Blues in Harlem. Thanks for coming.
Sign the contract. The money is yours and the property is ours.
Hell no. Paris Blues ain't for sale. Being a little down don't mean it's the end. It ain't the first time, and hell yes, we shall overcome.
Pop, you said you'd be open to this.
I said I would be open to a solution.
This is the solution. Samuel Hargress, which is played by the late Charles Weldon, who recently transitioned unexpectedly. He plays Samuel Hargress. So Samuel Hargress is like the patriarch in this story who wants to continue the legacy and give it to his granddaughter, who I play by Paris. But Paris is a millennial who wants to, doesn't want the legacy and wants to do something different and doesn't want to have the burden and the pressure of sustaining this legacy and doesn't see the value of her grandfather holding on to something that's old and carrying on the old way. So there's this generational clash of where they place their values. And then we have the real estate agent, who is played by Michelle Baldwin, and she sees an opportunity to help save the space by convincing Paris to convince her grandfather to just take the mounds of cash.
Isn't it safer to save it? I mean, I'm representing for us and helping our people. Schwartz and Associates can assist before you go into foreclosure. This is our final offering.
She works for Schwartz and Associates, and she'll save the space, take the cash, and that's it. And Paris tries desperately to convince her grandfather, hey, we have this mounds of cash, and we're struggling financially. Just take the cash and, you know, we can just say goodbye and move on to legacy on social media. That's her thing. That's the millennial. Let's take it differently. Let's just have it on cyberspace. He doesn't know cyberspace. He wants to hang in the spot with his friends that he's known for how many years and the community that he's served, and that's where his value is human contact and building community. And so those are the characters that you'll be introduced by, and also Shirley, who's his manager, who's the woman, who's the manager who helps ground everything, and she's caught up in between Paris and her grandfather. Miss Shirley, thank you so much for your assistance. Pop only listens to you.
I'm just the day manager. I'm not the mediator.
Please, Miss Shirley, two voices are better than one. Please help him. Miss Shirley, tell Pop it's better to make a
Shirley,
profit.
tell my grandbaby, you can't copy
Miss
a
Shirley,
place in
tell Pop-Up.
cyberspace.
And then you meet some other characters like the drunk man, the drunk woman, the people who make up Paris Blues, you know, that come in and out. And then his overseer, Jim, which doesn't have much dialogue, but he says a lot. And he's the one that's, he is the overseer. And he doesn't say a lot, but he observes a lot.
Is this a thing where you're going to always act in your movies like Spike Lee, stuff like
All right. So here's the thing. I admire what Spike Lee does, right? But where's the woman? Where's the woman who's doing something like Spike Lee? But unlike Spike Lee, I am an actress. Filmmaking came by necessity as a Black woman, and as also the limited roles that are there for us. So I took a hiatus, an 8-year hiatus, because I took a pregnant pause, had children, 3 children later. And I said, if I'm gonna come back, am I going to put my powers to allow somebody to open doors for me, or am I going to open the doors myself and create opportunities for people? So I decided to come back as a filmmaker, not just the actress waiting for the agent, to send me out, or the manager, but also creating the roles, because I did have the skill sets as a writer. And I started to learn the filmmaking process of putting it together. And I love storytelling, and I've told stories. My first artistic discipline is dance. So I started off dancing first, and then writing poetry, then writing, then acting. So I think filmmaking just felt naturally. It kind of covers everything. And so I said, I'm going to create these roles for myself as well as others and not wait. And so 2015, I started and managed to produce 3 films later. And this is my 3rd film. So am I moving on the trajectory like Spike Lee? I would say by default, I'm an actress. By necessity, I became a filmmaker to also show the range and not be trapped by doing a role that's not showing my range, and by people who are writing things who don't really write us in the 3-dimensional. And I think as African people of the diaspora, there's so many levels and there's so many stories that are not being told through our perspective, to show the range, to show the color, to show the beauty, to show the pain, to show the trauma. And I feel like it's just linear, and I want to contribute to showing other aspects and other angles that we are this too, So that's the reason why I became a filmmaker, as well as, yes, show my range as an actress, and get hired and not wait. I'm like, listen, I'll be 80 years old still waiting for an opportunity.